So this is the penultimate module, module 13, verification, which is principle 6. The aim of this unit is to understand the verification procedures to confirm that the HACCP system is working effectively. Learning outcomes. By the end of this unit, delegates should be able to define verification, validation, review, and maintenance. Explain the need to verify the HACCP system. Explain what is involved with verification of the HACCP system. Name the types of audits. Explain the need to validate elements of the HACCP plan to ensure they're effective. And explain the need to update and maintain the HACCP plan. Validation, verification, and review. So validation is obtaining evidence that elements of the HACCP plan are effective, especially the critical control points and critical limits. Verification are the methods, procedures, and tests and other evaluations in addition to monitoring to determine compliance with the HACCP plan. Review is a reassessment of the HACCP system to ensure its continued validity. Excuse me. So validation really is once everything has been completed before you start HACCP, it needs to be validated. Everything needs to be checked to make sure it's okay. It's going to work for every occasion. So it's like a one-off once you've done HACCP. Verification is ongoing. You need to verify, it's almost like a review if you like. You're verifying the HACCP system on a regular basis, usually annually, unless things change in the interim, whether you've got different procedures you're adopting, different products you're using, different processes. But verification is usually done annually. Verification techniques, you need to audit against the HACCP plan. You can use random testing or sampling, challenge testing, re-examine scientific data, make sure the CCP is under control, data and complaint analysis, research, awareness of new technology, science, and epidemiology. When to review HACCP? At regular intervals, at least annually. If new scientific data emerges, when a confirmed complaint or illness occurs, when the raw materials or recipe changes, when equipment or the process is changed, storage conditions or product use changes, packing or distribution is changed, following modification of the HACCP plan. Review documentation must be recorded. Maintenance, maintaining the supporting elements and resources to ensure the plan remains valid over time and doesn't become out of date. So again, another definition which is likely to come up in the exam. You need to maintain the HACCP team, the sources of information, and the HACCP documentation. So everything needs to be kept up to date. And again, that's going to work for your due diligence defense. I mentioned that a couple of times, due diligence defense. If you're ever taken to court as a company, you've been accused of food poisoning, due diligence defense is that you've taken everything necessary to ensure that food poisoning couldn't take place and it couldn't have been your fault. So HACCP you can use as part of your due diligence defense because you've got all the records, documentation, everything is being checked and recorded, so that can prove that it's not your fault that the food poisoning or contamination has occurred, and that's what you call your due diligence defense. So key points, we looked at verification, validation, review, and maintenance. The need to verify the HACCP system, at least annually. What is involved with verification of the HACCP system? The types of audits. The need to validate elements of the HACCP plan to ensure they're effective. And the need to update and maintain the HACCP plan